Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Narodowski.
Present.
Trustee Keenley.
Present.
Trustee May.
Present.
Trustee Perns.
Present.
Do we have any public comments? Having no public comments, we'll proceed to the consent agenda. We have two items tonight. First is the authorization for payroll bills, town fund, general assistance, road department, and sewer. The second item is supervisor reports for social services, employment center, food pantry, youth services, adult and family counseling, transportation, and financial. Do I have a motion to approve consent
So moved.
agenda?
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
Next, we have a discussion and approval of last month's minutes of the regular board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the September 25th, 2023 regular board meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
Tonight, we have two presentations related to the township's insurance. We have first a presentation by Mike Alicia from Alliant Insurance Services. Mike is going to discuss the 2024 property and liability insurance proposal. He will be giving a presentation via Zoom.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time this evening. I'm going to present the property, casualty, and workers' compensation insurance renewal for Elk Grove Township. I'm not sure if everybody has copies of the proposal, or if given the opportunity, I could put it up on my screen. I could share screen.
Mike,
Yes.
I gave them the email that you sent to Erica
okay.
with a recap. Do you need more than that? If so, you can
No.
put it up.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So they can follow along with that.
Okay.
And is Erica on?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Erica.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So unfortunately, the township is going to see a steep insurance renewal increase this year from $62,318 to $76,307, or roughly 22.45%. I've been in communication with the township, Paul and Erica, for a number of months now, giving them updates on what's going on in the market. The market is very hard for municipal insurance nationwide, and even more so in Illinois. Or actually nationally, about 2-3 months ago, we lost another carrier. So there's only a small finite number of carriers that are willing to insure in Illinois, and that number is even smaller for Cook County. With that, nationally, property insurance is skyrocketed year after year since 2018. General liability, cyber liability has pretty much almost doubled every single year for the last 3 years. And also nationally, we are having issues in the municipal world for excess workers' compensation. Carriers are just not willing to write municipal excess compensation anymore. When there's low supply and high demand, that increases the pricing for any line of coverage. So looking at some of the other factors that are assisting with that increase are the township's property values are increasing from 9.8 million to 10.7 million. Over the past 2 years, property inflation factors have been roughly about 9.5% to 10%. We're seeing 9.8% this year. And what we're ensuring is we insure your buildings to replacement cost. While there might be a building that you might have that might be, we for example, might be $1 million, and, the board is like, this building was 60 years old, it's not worth more than 100,000. That may be true, but we are insuring to replacement costs. So whatever the value is to replace with like in kind, and as we all know, construction pricing has also skyrocketed. Lack of materials, lack of labor, and additional stress on architects to bring buildings to superior code nowadays. Any questions on property? No? The other big part of the increase is claims. Unfortunately, over the last few years, the township has experienced some bad claims. We had the property claim on the building you're in right now. That total is $364,000 and some change. We have a workers' compensation claim from the 2021 year in the amount of $105,000. Also in the 22-23 year, in the amount for workers' compensation of $50,257, and that is wreaking havoc on your workers' compensation pricing. Last year, your workers' compensation premium was $13,503. Because of these claims, your premium is going to jump to $20,809. And that is due to the claims experience and the modification that the workers' compensation carrier is putting on you. And you can just see the dispersion in between what is paid and what's going out the door, unfortunately. We're hoping that these are just anomalies right now. Usually the township has been very quiet because with regards to the property, that's absolutely out of your control. That was a weather-related event. And also on your claims that's causing a little trouble is an employment practice claim. That is a claim brought on by one of your employees against the township for a alleged allegation. That claim has closed out. It was only $14,582, and it was closed out with just legal expense to get you off of that claim. Any questions? Other than that, your program remains the same. Carriers remain the same. And that's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Any questions?
No questions.
No.
Thank you, Mike. We don't have any questions, so we'll let you go and have a good evening.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
The next presentation we have is from Juan Gomez de la Casa from Mesirow Insurance Services, who is going to discuss health insurance update for 2024 via Zoom. Hi, Juan. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate you giving the opportunity to go over the renewal information with you. My name is Juan Gomez de la Casa. I am part of Alliant, Mesirow Financial. I work on the employee benefits. Today, we're going to discuss the renewal. For this coming year, effective December 1st, the premiums are going up 5%. I don't know if you have the information
We do.
in front of you. Perfect. Okay. And based on the information, we did take a look at the markets, and unfortunately, similar to in the PNC side, our markets are dwindling down. A big reason why is because no one can compete with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They are the premier carrier here in Illinois, continue to be the best. They have the largest network and just overall reputation among employers and employees. The overall increase is 5%. There are some changes due to ACA, which is Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, that Blue Cross had to make adjustments to the plans, and we'll go over those in just a moment, in order to keep those plans at the level that they're on. Today, the Township offers 3 plan options, and looking at the plans within Blue Cross and outside of Blue Cross, your current plans are still the most competitive plans out there. So our recommendation would be to keep the policy as it is. The plans are going up roughly around 5%. And if you look at the historical, just overall over the past 9 years, 5% is actually almost the lowest increase, second lowest to lowest adjustment we've gotten in a long time. So last year was almost 12%, and this year is only 5%. And based on that percentage, has nothing to do with claims, has nothing to do with risk. It's just based on Blue Cross's small group block of business and how that's running. So claims has nothing to do with that 5%. And it's actually below of what we've seen with other groups. Today, this past year, the overall increase, average increase has been 8%, almost 8 to 10%. So you're below the average. So it's a good thing. The second page just kind of goes over the contributions, the Township's contributions. Very, very generous contributions. Employees, the Township pays 95% of it. Employees only pay 5% of the contributions. The employee pays for half of the contributions for dependents. So any spouses or children, Township's only paying 50%. And just based on that contribution setup structure, the employees do pick up the majority of the increase when there is an increase to be had. Your Delta policy, your Delta dental policy for the Township isn't renewing. It's currently on a rate guarantee, so there's no changes there to the benefit or to the premium. Those benefits are going to continue as is. Same with the VSP voluntary vision renewal. Last year, actually not last year, 2 years ago, that premium went down, and it's still under the rate guarantee. So those policies are not up for renewal. And so basically, there is a decision to be made as it is every year. Blue Cross requires at least 30 notice of any changes, and those changes are basically if you're going to make plan changes, which today we're not proposing any changes. The 3 plans that you have are pretty competitive. I think have been a good fit for the Township. And if by chance you were going to make any changes, then by Wednesday, November 1st, we need to know what those changes are. But we're recommending that you keep the policy as is and continue for the next 12 months. Page 3 just kind of goes over the 3 plans that are outlined. The plan 1 is the HMO policy. No changes to the HMO policy. Plan 2 is the higher cost PPO HSA option. You see that there are some slight changes here. And then plan 3 is the lower cost HSA tiered network HSA option. And there are some changes as well in the deductibles and out-of-pocket maximum. And again, those were made by Blue Cross and Blue Shield in order to comply with ACA guidelines. And then that gives the employee breakdown of enrollment. Only 3 people on the HMO plan, only 4 people on the higher cost HSA PPO plan. And then the bulk of the staff are in the lower cost HSA option. And it goes over the annual and monthly premium. So annually, over the course of the next 12 months, the premium was $246,227. It's going up to $258,079 $792. It was about 5% with a dollar increase, about $564 to keep the current plan at the renewal plan with the changes and at the 5% increase. That's age rated. The township can go composite rated, and composite rated mean that it's a fixed cost. So today the way the rates are structured, it's based on employee's age, dependent's age, spouse's age, things of that nature. To go composite would be to have a fixed cost per tier. So employee only, regardless of their gender, as long as they enroll as employee, can have a fixed cost. Employee spouse, employee child or children, or a full family. Fixed cost, and having those tiers versus having everyone have their own specific rate based on their age would be a 4.5% increase, but that increase varies among employees. So, for example, employee 8, you'll see that under the composite age rate, under the age rate renewal, it's a 6% increase, but going to composite, it's 26, decreasing by 26%. But you'll see that type of adjustment per employee. There's for someone it would go up 57%. So I think just keeping it as an age rate makes the most sense as well. So running the plan, keeping it an age band, I think works best. The next page just kind of goes to seed money for the HSA options. The township does give seed money for the employees that are on the HSA plans. It does not apply to the HMO. We do give a little bit more of a seed, a higher amount for the lower cost HSA in the amount of $2,300 for individuals, $4,600 for family, and then for the higher cost HSA, you give $1,800 for single, and then $4,100 for family. The deductibles are listed to the right of that. So for example, under the lower cost HSA S507 options, for the single, it's about 50% of the deductible. And for the family, it's about 33% for the family that the township is giving to the employees in order to help pay for medical expenses. And again, just another format of how the contribution structure is set today with the township. Are there any questions in regards to the health insurance?
Any questions?
Yeah, just as a refresher, when you speak of the lower cost HSA, where's the lower cost in the deductible?
Sure. So by lower cost, it's referring to the premium, not necessarily the deductible. So on page 3, it would be the plan design 3. So it'd be the S507 OPT Silver, which today will come renewal come December 1st is going from $4,000 single deductible to now $4,600. For family, it's going up from $12,000 to now $13,800. And since the plan picks up out of 100% for tier 1, once you meet your deductible, you've already met your out-of-pocket max when the plan picks up 100% for the remainder of the year. Okay. Plan design 2 is the higher cost HSA option. And you see here that on the renewal, the deductible is going up to $5,000 for single, $14,100 for family. And this plan uses the largest nationwide network for Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Under the lower cost HSA, it's a tiered network. So tier 1, it's the Blue Choice network, and tier 2 would be the large network. So employees still have access to the larger network, but they just pay a higher deductible to use the larger network.
Okay.
And again, that information is on page 3 of the information I sent over. Any other questions?
It looks like no additional questions? Juan, thank you very much for your presentation. We appreciate it, and have a good evening.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye now.
We'll move on to. Oh, Erica, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
do you have anything to add, or is that all?
No, not necessarily. When did you say that we needed to make our decisions by?
So the decision deadline is for any plan changes. The policy automatically renews, and that's been the case for this segment. The plan automatically renews. If you're making any changes, then that deadline is Wednesday, November 1st. If you need more time, I can get you more time. But again, that would only be if you're making any changes to the plan. The plan will automatically renew unless we tell them otherwise.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't have any other questions.
Yep. Alrighty. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
Juan.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Erica. Thanks, Juan.
No problem.
So we will move on to reports. Assessor's Office, Connie, anything to add to your report?
I'd like to reiterate that we do have an outreach program that will be in this hall tomorrow night, starting at 6 o'clock. You're all invited. Board of Review Commissioner Cardenas, staff will be here to do a presentation and to assist with appeals to the Board of Review. At my office right now, our phones are ringing off the hook for the following reason. We were supposed to be open for the Board of Review on the 16th. That didn't happen. Then we were told that we were going to be open for the Board of Review on the 23rd or the 24th. Well, the only thing is, when you keep pushing this deadline back, it gives us less time to communicate with our taxpayers. So I sent out a robocall on Friday along with our email list saying that we were open for appeals, which means that the phones are ringing off the hook and we're making a lot of appointments. But at least at this point, we can pre-file. And so at least it will give our taxpayers additional time versus the straight 30 days that the board gives us. So I also participated in a Zoom meeting with Cook County Township Assessors Association today. Also, we participated in the senior fair on Friday, and it was nice to greet some of our taxpayers. And I think that just about does it.
Thank you, Connie. Clerk's Office, so Ellen, anything to report?
We just had one FOIA this month, or last month, and it was from Karen Garcia with Smart Procure, just asking for information about our employees and their contact information. And Administrator Piak sent that information out.
Okay, thank you. Supervisor is not present tonight. Paul, do you have any comments that you want to share with us?
Just a couple. The backside, the north side projects are going on. Over the weekend, they installed the shelter out there. They had to pour a cement pad a couple weeks ago. That was done, so they put the shelter up. It's probably about 90% done. They have to come back and do a little bit more to that. So that's going forward. We've worked with the furniture company to get the desks and stuff for the chairs and everything for the office for the Youth Services Department. That's been ordered, so that's on the way. That's coming. So that's kind of coming along. The township, like Connie said, there were a couple departments that participated in the
Senior fair.
Senior fair, thank you. And that went very well. I talked to several of the people, and they had one lady that we talked to said that she had like 40 people stop at her table to talk to her. So I don't know how the rest of the people did, but they seemed to be happy with what they got, the turnout. We did learn something from it, though, that we probably shouldn't have that large of an event in here. They packed 38-foot banquet tables in this room, if you can believe it. And so I think that we're going to have to trim that back because it was just too tight. I mean, I think people enjoyed it and being here and things, but I just think it was a little tight in here for people to get around, especially probably the older folks, you know, that were coming. So we learned that, and just the rest of the stuff that's going on is as normal. I don't know if George made a comment about this before, but we'd been thinking about providing or getting a printer and to have something where we can print or actually take pictures of and then print the photos for the passport program. And so that they're running through the process right now, just kind of learning how that all works out. So that'll be a one-stop shop for people instead of them having to go to Walgreens and come back or whatever. So those are a few things that are going on. The departments, the social services department is doing LIHEAP right now, and they've gone out to a couple of different places instead of having the people come to us, and a lot of them would have to ride the bus. We're going to them to do their LIHEAP appointments. So that's a big help for the people. They don't have to get out. It stresses the bus ridership. It packs, decreases that, and it's a lot smoother process. So those are the things that are going on with that. I can't think of anything else, but if there's any questions that anybody has about anything. Oh, I'm sorry, one other thing. We had a shredding event in conjunction with the Mount Prospect Lions Club last Saturday. That went very well. I'm waiting for the figure as far as how many 1,000 pounds of paper that we got shredded. Last year it was 4,800, and we're trying to, always wanted to make that better. So hopefully that'll be more. And the last thing is the cereal bowl. This was the cereal bowl number 7 between Elk Grove High School and Rolling Meadows High School. And Elk Grove won again for 6 out of 7 times. And they did a great job. Both schools did a great job. Rolling Meadows increased their collections. They went over 1,000, which they hadn't gotten close to except the year that they won, which was the first year of doing the cereal bowl. So they were very happy with that. They had hit a new milestone, and they're right on Elk Grove's heels now for next year. We'll see. But we were very glad that the principals, who are husband and wife, got involved, because I think, we got some press out of that with the Journal and Topics, and it was kind of a cute thing to do, and so we're already talking about what we can do next year. But in total, those kids have raised or have been able to get thousands and thousands of boxes of cereal donated, and it's helped our food pantry tremendously. The food pantry has been serving anywhere from high 90s to 864, I think, was the highest number of families that we had served this year. So we appreciate their help, and that's all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
What was the total, you said, what was the total number of cereal boxes?
You would have to say that, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's the one I can't remember.
No, but I saw it this morning.
I think it was 2,700. I think, because Rolling Meadows had around 1,100 and something, and Elk Grove had, I think, 13 something or whatever. It was 2,400 boxes, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you an email with the exact numbers on it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I just had a question, on the LIHEAP, are they going to individual people's homes or to like a senior
No,
living?
it's a facility.
Okay,
It's a facility. I was told when they came back last week, one of them, they had met with 40 different people
Yeah, that's
in that
great.
one day. There's 2 of our people did that. So I think they do it in a lobby or an office or something,
Yeah.
and the people just come down and do it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that it?
Thank you, Paul. We have no correspondence. We have no old business. but we do need to go into executive session. Therefore, can I have a motion to convene to closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
Okay.
Can I have a motion to go from closed session to open session?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
So we, as a board, just had a closed session to discuss the status of the litigation related to the Elk Grove Rural Fire Protection District and their potential dissolution. And the parties in the litigation have come to an agreement, and there's been a proposed settlement agreement, and we have gone over that settlement agreement with counsel, and now we are proceeding to take a vote on approving that proposed settlement agreement. So can I have a motion to approve the proposed settlement agreement between the Elk Grove Rural Fire Protection District, the Village of Mount Prospect, and the Township?
So moved.
One second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
One additional point that we discussed earlier was we need to authorize the supervisor to execute the settlement agreement on behalf of the board or the supervisor's designee. So can I have a motion to authorize the supervisor or his designee to approve or to sign, to execute the written settlement agreement?
So moved.
One second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Passes.
Passes. Okay, great. We have two other new business issues. We need to approve the 2024 property and liability insurance proposal by Alliant Insurance Services. And Mike, Alicia made the presentation earlier this evening, so can I have a motion to approve the insurance proposal?
So moved.
One second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
And we also need to approve the health insurance proposal presented by Alliant also. Can I have a motion to approve the health insurance?
So moved. Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Keenley.
Aye.
Trustee May.
Aye.
Trustee Perns.
Aye.
Any discussion or comments from the board?
I'd like to know why we don't have a national night out we host.
Good question, Dale.
Because Elk Grove Village doesn't have one. Maybe we should host it once. Maybe have Cook County Sheriff or somebody come down.
Yeah, it's usually with the police, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, this had come up before, and George had already talked to the village of Elk Grove
Well, what about county? They do Lyon Township. Lyon Township, I should say.
What's that?
They do Lyon Township. Cook County does.
Yeah, and I don't know why they do or don't do, other townships don't do it, but Lion Township has a Cook County Sheriff's Department satellite office in their building.
Yeah.
And so they have equipment going in and out of there all the time. And I don't know if that's the reason why they do it. I don't know. We haven't ever investigated talking to other townships about doing it nationally like that, because it's usually the municipalities that do that with all the equipment. They have the police departments, they have the fire trucks, they have all that stuff, so. It's been brought up, you talked to George about it previously, and I didn't think he gave you an answer on it, didn't he?
No.
Okay, well, I can't tell you, I mean, you'd have to come to me.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Thanks, Dale. Any other comments or questions?
No.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in
Second.
favor?
Second. I want a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think he said, I second that.
I did say I second that.
Okay, seconded.
So now we have to do it.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Oh, all in favor?
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.